Hi, my name's JR Cook, and like you, I make my money on the internet. And I'm always looking for ways to increase my discipline with my different routines that I do, make better decisions, and also remain driven toward my vision. And I think that that's something that a lot of people strive toward, and those are the trifecta that I believe really generates all success. And so that's what I like to focus on every day, and something that I've been really studying and practicing these past few months has been a little thing called consistency. And I have found a few things that I have found that work really well for me, and I think that they'll work for anyone because they're science based, and it's like a blend between the physical and the mental. Okay, and so the first thing that I want to mention is your mind state and your focus. Of course, everyone talks about that, so I'll be brief. Just in case you haven't heard this, it's good to remind yourself every day what your vision is, why you want that, and then turn that from a vision slash goal. I don't really believe in goals. I believe in projects. So as soon as you get that goal, you convert that into a project, okay? And now you got this project, so how do you convert it into a project? You create steps, okay? You're like, well, what would I have to see happen to make this real, okay? And you're going to start off, you're not going to see the whole thing. Just start with step one. Now we'll get into the drive part. Now, this is where I think that I have something to mention that a lot of people won't know about, okay? And that is having to do with dopamine and drive, and not just with social media regulation, not a dopamine detox. I don't really think that that's necessary. What is necessary, however, is limiting your dopamine expenditure daily. So look at dopamine as the drive molecule because that is what drives you, okay? In the past, it's been what drove our ancestors to mate, and it's what drives human beings to mate today, okay? It's what drives us for achievement, for expansion, for growth. It is dopamine. Once that goes into my brain, I don't know why I just went out of focus there, but once that goes into your brain, you are driven toward what you want in life, okay? And not very much can hold you back from that. So if you get in the afternoon and you're feeling lethargic, or maybe you went and amped yourself up, went to the gym, went hard in the paint, got out of the gym, an hour later you just can't seem to get yourself to move forward, it's because you used all your dopamine, you spiked your dopamine, and then now you have tanked it. Okay, so how do we do this? Okay, so a big part of this is psychological. Okay, so a lot of times in the morning we might get some good news, we might have some good sex, we might check out Facebook, get our little dopamine hits. Every like is a little dopamine hit we get. We might turn on the news, read some stuff that gets our brain chemistry all up and going. But the problem with that is it's a cost. Every one of these things is a cost, okay? Now, there are ways to read the news and make yourself informed, but you have to detach yourself emotionally from it, okay? If you wake up in the morning and you got a large PayPal payment from the night before, like I sometimes do, it's easy to feel like, yeah, great, right? But feeling that greatness and feeling like, hey, I want to celebrate, and that's like where I think a lot of like self-help people get it wrong, is don't overly celebrate things and don't celebrate every win. If you celebrate your wins, you're using your dopamine to feel good, and you need to save that dopamine to achieve greater things. And so I'm not saying don't be happy, but I usually save most of my happiness for the afternoons. All right, so I do hit up the gym in the morning. I feel great in the gym, but I don't listen to like pump up music when I'm in the gym. I keep it pretty meditative and tranquil in the gym. Often I'll listen to a podcast while I'm in the gym because then it's just more. I'm able to learn and I'm able to work out at the same time. It maximizes my time like that. But don't overly pump yourself up with like the pre-workouts and then the intense music while you're working out, and then the post workout. I mean, that's great. Hey, if you're a fitness instructor and your job is just to chat with people on Twitter all day and use Twitter all day, then cool. All right, do that. But if you're someone who, has a SEO agency, is building websites, or is just working, or making phone calls and making sales and stuff, like you got to save some of that dopamine to actually make some progress forward. And I think that that's really important. So once you got your project done and you've got your first step, like, hey, this is what I want to achieve, start focusing on that dopamine level in the morning. That is going to affect your drive, okay? And yeah, and so that's been what I've been practicing. I'm going to keep this video short today because I just want to get this done and move on to the next thing. I'm getting active back on Twitter again. So if you're not following me on Twitter, at JRCookOfficial. If you're not subscribed to me here on YouTube yet, go ahead and hit subscribe. I'd appreciate that. Leave me a comment down below. I'll make sure to get back to you with any questions, comments, or concerns that you have. And also, I appreciate the love. If you want to hit like, I appreciate the likes. And yeah, hopefully this video has been beneficial to you. Again, my name's been JR Cook, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.